The first line of defense against manipulative influence is to develop the ability to recognize the psychological triggers as they are being deployed against you. You must become a conscious consumer of content, actively watching for the tactics designed to bypass your rational mind. Pay close attention to the language of urgency and scarcity. When you see a countdown timer ticking away on a sales page or hear phrases like, "Only 3 spots left," or "This offer ends tonight," a mental alarm bell should go off. This is a deliberate attempt to induce a fear of missing out and rush you into a decision before you have had time to think it through properly. Recognize this pressure for what it is, a manufactured tactic, not a genuine opportunity. Next, train yourself to spot the overt and covert appeals to authority. Does the influencer constantly flaunt their wealth, the cars, the watches, the mansions, as the primary evidence of their expertise? This is a classic authority bias play, designed to make you equate their financial success with the quality of their advice. Be equally wary of the authority that comes from social proof. When you see an influencer emphasizing their millions of followers, or showcasing a wall of glowing, context-free testimonials, understand that this is meant to trigger a herd mentality. It is a strategy to make you feel that a choice is safe and correct simply because many others have made it, which is a dangerous logical fallacy. You must also learn to identify the more subtle, emotional triggers. When an influencer shares a deeply vulnerable story and then immediately pivots to offering a paid solution, you are witnessing the weaponization of reciprocity and liking. They are building an emotional connection and a sense of indebtedness to make you more receptive to their sales pitch. Ask yourself, is this a moment of genuine connection, or is it the setup for a transaction? If you find yourself feeling guilty for not wanting to buy something from a creator you like, you are likely caught in a reciprocity trap they have intentionally set for you. A real relationship does not hinge on a commercial transaction. Finally, practice the simple but powerful habit of pausing. Emotional arousal, whether it is excitement, fear, insecurity, or even inspiration, is the enemy of critical thinking. Marketers and influencers know this. They want you to be in a heightened emotional state when you encounter their call to action, because that is when your rational brain is least active. If you feel a strong emotional pull to buy, sign up, or commit, force yourself to stop. Step away from the screen for an hour, or better yet, a full day. This cooling off period allows the emotional tide to recede, giving your logical mind a chance to step forward and evaluate the decision with clarity. A crucial step in protecting yourself is to cultivate a healthy skepticism about the financial incentives behind the content you consume. You must learn to look past the curated persona and investigate the underlying business model. The most important question you can ask is, how does this person make money? The answer is often hidden in plain sight, but it requires you to actively look for it. Start by examining the links. Where does the link in bio actually lead? Is it a direct link to a product, or does it go to a landing page designed to capture your email address, pulling you deeper into a sales funnel? Is it an affiliate link, meaning the influencer gets a commission from every purchase you make? Transparency, or the lack thereof, is a major red flag. An ethical creator will be upfront about their financial relationships. They will clearly label sponsored content with #ad or #sponsored, and will explicitly state when they are using affiliate links. Be wary of influencers who are vague or deceptive about how they profit. Scrutinize their recommendations with this financial lens. Is their rave review for a particular brand of protein powder based on genuine belief, or is it because that company offers the most lucrative sponsorship deal? Following the money trail helps you recontextualize their advice from a friendly suggestion to what it truly is: a paid endorsement. This principle extends beyond simple product promotions to the very structure of their content. Ask yourself why they are creating this specific piece of content right now. Is that emotional quanta session about overcoming anxiety truly just for community building? Or is it pre-selling the audience for an upcoming mindset mastery course? Is that free PDF guide genuinely helpful? Or is its primary purpose to get your email so you can be targeted with automated sales sequences? When you start to see the content not as a standalone piece but as a strategic step in a larger marketing campaign, you become immune to the intended emotional manipulation. You can still enjoy the content, but you see the architecture behind it. Ultimately, you need to ask one of the most powerful questions of all. Would you trust this person's advice if you stripped away all the fame and follower counts? Imagine they were just an acquaintance you met, offering you the same financial, health, or relationship advice without the backdrop of a beautiful home or a massive online following. Would their argument still hold up? Does their expertise stand on its own, or is it propped up entirely by the illusion of social proof and projected authority? This mental exercise is a powerful filter. It helps you separate the value of the message from the charisma of the messenger, allowing you to reclaim your own judgment. The most profound way to protect yourself from the dark psychology of influencers is to strengthen your connection to your own reality and your own sense of self. The digital world presented by influencers is a hyper-curated, distorted version of life, designed to make you feel inadequate and in constant need of improvement. The antidote is to consciously ground yourself in the tangible, imperfect, and authentic world around you. Spend less time scrolling through highlight reels and more time engaging in real-life activities that bring you joy and a sense of competence. Cultivate hobbies, nurture face-to-face relationships, and pursue goals that are meaningful to you, not goals dictated by online trends. It is also vital to be aware of the identity trap. Influencers often try to tie their message to your sense of self, creating a tribe or a movement that you feel a part of. They might label their followers as warriors, bosses, or conscious creators. While this can feel empowering, it is a dangerous psychological hook. Once their brand becomes part of your identity, you become fiercely protective of it. You will be more likely to defend them against criticism, ignore red flags, and accept their teachings without question. This is how cults operate, not healthy communities. You must maintain a clear distinction between your core identity and the brands or personalities you follow. You are not your favorite influencer. To fortify your identity, practice media literacy with an inward focus. After consuming an influencer's content, take a moment to check in with yourself. How do you feel? Do you feel inspired and empowered, or do you feel anxious, insecure, and envious? Be honest about the emotional impact this content is having on you. If a particular creator consistently leaves you feeling worse about your own life, that is a clear sign that their content is toxic for you, regardless of their positive intentions. Curate your feed ruthlessly. Unfollow any account that chips away at your self-worth. Your mental health is more valuable than their engagement metrics. Finally, reclaim your role as the ultimate authority in your own life. Influencers thrive by positioning themselves as the experts you need. The most powerful act of resistance is to trust yourself. Recognize that you possess the critical thinking skills to find reliable information, the wisdom to know what is best for you, and the resilience to navigate your own challenges. Instead of outsourcing your decisions to a charismatic stranger on the internet, use their content, if at all, as one of many data points in your own research. You are the protagonist of your story, not a follower in someone else's. By embracing this truth, you move from being a passive consumer to an empowered individual, immune to the dark side of persuasion. It is crucial to understand that influence itself is not inherently evil. The ability to inspire, to teach, and to connect with others on a massive scale is a powerful tool that can be used for immense good. Social media has given a voice to marginalized communities, facilitated global movements for positive change, and allowed genuine experts to share valuable knowledge far more widely than ever before. A skilled science communicator can make complex topics accessible to millions, and a compassionate advocate can build a supportive community for those who feel alone. The platforms and the psychological principles they operate on are, at their core, neutral. They are amplifiers of human intent, for better or for worse. The danger does not lie in the existence of influencers, but in the unchecked and often invisible nature of their psychological power. The dark psychology we have explored is not a fringe phenomenon. It is embedded in the very business model of the creator economy. The problem arises when these persuasive tactics are deployed without transparency, preying on insecurity and manufacturing trust for financial gain. When the line between authentic connection and a calculated sales funnel is deliberately blurred, the follower is disarmed and left vulnerable to exploitation. The system incentivizes the most potent forms of manipulation because they are often the most profitable, creating a digital landscape fraught with psychological traps. This is not a call to abandon social media or to view every creator with paranoid suspicion. Rather, it is a call for a new kind of literacy, a psychological media literacy. It is about shifting from being a passive consumer to an active, critical participant in the digital world. It means appreciating the entertainment and community that influencers can provide, while simultaneously maintaining a healthy awareness of the commercial and psychological machinery operating just beneath the surface. The goal is not to reject influence but to engage with it consciously, with your eyes wide open to the methods being used to capture your attention, trust, and money. Ultimately, the responsibility for navigating this complex environment falls on us, the users. While we can and should advocate for greater platform transparency and ethical standards for creators, the most immediate and effective defense is our own awareness. By understanding the principles of persuasion, authority, scarcity, reciprocity, we can begin to see them in action, stripping them of their subconscious power. The techniques of dark psychology are most effective when they are invisible. Once you can name the game, you are no longer just a player. You are an observer who can choose whether or not to play along with the rules they have set. The purpose of this exploration has not been to make you cynical but to make you discerning. It is to hand you the same psychological map that influencers have been using, so you can navigate the territory with confidence and autonomy. For too long, the conversation has been one-sided. Influencers and marketers have studied the playbook of human psychology, learning precisely how your mind works in order to better persuade you. They know how to trigger your insecurities, how to build parasocial trust, and how to create a sense of urgency that overrides your better judgment. Now, you know too. This knowledge is the great equalizer in the attention economy. This awareness fundamentally changes your relationship with the content you consume. You will no longer see a limited time offer as a fleeting opportunity, but as the deliberate deployment of artificial scarcity. A vulnerable, tearful story followed by a product pitch will no longer feel like a friend sharing a secret, but a calculated emotional sequence designed to convert. The influencer's luxury lifestyle will cease to be simple inspiration and will be recognized for what it is, a carefully constructed projection of authority. This does not mean you cannot enjoy their content, but it does mean you will be shielded from its most manipulative undercurrents, consuming it on your own terms. Social media influencers are not just shaping your purchasing decisions, they are subtly shaping your values, your self-perception, and your definition of a successful life. They are selling you an identity, one that is often contingent on buying what they sell. By understanding the dark psychology behind the glamour, you reclaim the power to define yourself. You can choose your own values, build your own confidence outside of external validation, and pursue a life that is authentically yours, not a pale imitation of a curated online persona. This is the true meaning of empowerment in the digital age. The world of influence is a permanent fixture of modern life, and its psychological sophistication will only continue to grow, but you are now equipped with a new lens through which to see it. You understand the illusion of intimacy, the weapons of influence, and the case studies of their application. You know how to spot the triggers and how to protect your own mind. They know exactly how your mind works, but now, so do you. You have stepped through the looking glass and seen the mechanics behind the magic show. Welcome to the dark side of persuasion. More importantly, welcome to the new age of your own awareness.